timing, right? I realize once I start the video, it doesn't always pick up just yet. So, hey, it is Thursday, Friday Eve for a lot of people. And this is David talking about improving your health, wellness, and fitness by working your body, mind, and spirit, balancing the triad. Now, hopefully this is going to go okay because I've been having some issues with the computer and apparently the internet connection today. So we'll see what happened. So on to today's topic, persistence. Are you persistent are you persistent? Let's try this again. Persistence. I always want to make sure you got to say the title properly. Persistence. Are you persistent to keep going or persistent to keep stopping? Anytime we start to go down a new path, whether it is a career, we're talking relationships, exercise, nutrition, meditation, body, mind, spirit, health, wellness, fitness, we can start going down a path that we want to work on. And that path may not turn out quite the way we anticipate. And that can happen for a variety of reasons. You start a workout program, but realize your work schedule changed and you're not going to be able to fit it in. You start eating a new diet and you realize excuse me, it's too strict for you and it's too just, you can't do it. You start working on this type of meditation and it's too much for you. It's too much too soon. The relationships you start out and all of a sudden you realize that guy, gal isn't quite the person you thought it was. Okay, so there's a variety of reasons why that path doesn't work out. Now, what's going to happen though with that? Do you simply try another path or do you not even bother? So if you had a relationship that didn't work out, do you not even bother trying to get to another one? Even no matter how long the relationship was, I mean, it could have been quote unquote the love of your life. And realize if it wasn't right for one person, it wasn't right for another. I know there are other factors, different things can happen. Workout, you went to a workout program, you tried very difficult, you tried it so hard, you put all your effort into it and it didn't work out. Do you give it up or do you try another path? And then how many different paths do you take? That kind of comes to it. And I want to ask you along these lines here, if you had your child, your grandchild, your niece, nephew, or just a young person you know, how would you teach them about persistence? If they were trying out for a new sport they've never done before, and you watch them like we're trying to shoot baskets, and they don't quite have the strength, they don't have the aim in, it's not quite there yet, how would you teach them about persistence? Would you watch them fail and give up because they couldn't make the basket, or would you encourage them to keep going? Realize that maybe change things up a little bit. For some people, it might be have the strength to physically throw the ball up. So instead, you might be able to have to lower it a little bit so they can at least start making baskets and start working on their aim. What would you do for a young person? If they're working on drawing, are you going to sit there and watch them frustrated because they're watching the picture they want to draw? It's not coming out the way they want. They're getting mad. They're getting frustrated. Would you let them just give up? Or would you have them go down a different path? So one of the things to think about is what are the ways, like we're talking about right here, would you encourage a child to do it in this case here? And how about your best friend? Your best friend's starting down a new path. They're starting a new career. They're starting a new workout program. Would you encourage them? Would you support them? Or would you just fit and flow and not even bother? Think about that. Another one of my Star Wars cups. Because a lot of times we're going to treat our best friend better than we would ourselves. You're going to teach that child much differently than, at least I hope you would, than you would yourself. We can be our own worst critic, our own worst enemy too as well, to bring ourselves down. And one of the things I like to talk about on this channel is realizing that that workout didn't work for you. Okay, take a step back and realize why it didn't work out. But what would work for you? Is there a way to take part of that and modify it so it would work for you? Is there a way to take that diet, which I don't necessarily always agree diets, but what is the way to take and start slowly take parts of it and work it out so it is going to work for you? Is there a way to get that meditation that's a little easier for you to start with? Instead of doing a full 30-minute, which for most people way too much, can you start off with a minute or 5 minutes? What I'm trying to encourage you to do is realize just because there's other paths that may work, and part of it is realizing what's the reason it didn't work. Did you give up? Did you not put in the time and effort? Or did it not work for your life? Was there dealing with the work? Was there dealing with the kids? Did you have different things going on in your life that interfered with you to fully devote the time needed to that? Realize it's okay to take another path. Part of this, as part of even from yesterday's video, is realizing what it is you actually want. Now that's the big thing, is what does he actually want? Because if you only partially want it, it's like, yeah, okay, sometimes we think we want something, but overall it's what society, it's what media, it's what maybe family and friends have told us we want, but we actually don't. And if that's the case, you're not going to put all much of that effort into it. It's going to be frustrating. It's going to be difficult for you. Mentally, it's going to be degrading, and you just don't want to do it. Versus if it's something you actually want, you're going to go through procedures to go take the steps to go through and do it. I know for myself, that's one of the things I've had. I've always been consistent. I haven't necessarily done the best at this path over here. I've probably done a much better job of that path over here, but yet I still come out of a different path. I still come from another one. I still keep persistent, and I still keep going. But what's that for you? So where's your persistence at? You keep going, or you keep stopping? Figure out what's the way for you, and make sure it's something you actually want. And if you want some help on that thought process to figure out what you actually want, in the description there's a link to my Facebook group where you get some free training there, and it gets you a series of questions among other trainings to get you to realize, get the mind start going, get you down the path and realize what is it you actually want. All right. Have yourself a wonderful Thursday. We'll catch you tomorrow for Friday. So take care, and balancing to you.